Okay. Okay, the motion is to approve the J&A report. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. So the recommendation for Thursday night is for approval as amended by the J&A committee. Okay, next I'm going to take two issues in one shot here, 63 and 64. 63 is the application of J Square Properties Limited Liability Company for a conditional use permit at 410 Wood Street to allow for a mini storage buildings and resolution approving same. And 64 is the application of Rose Street Business Condos Limited Liability Company for a conditional use permit at 620 Gillette to allow for a 7-unit boat and RV storage building. And both of them have been recommended for denial. I need a motion for a public hearing. All in favor say aye. Okay, they signed up for both on this. We've got Cindy Gerke Edwards and Jacqueline Gerke Edwards. Okay, go ahead, Cindy.
Hi, thank you for listening to us. I just wanted to, we had prepared these packets, and anybody wants them, I have them with me, but the 410 Wood Street property is a site that's bordered by mini storage on one side, the back side of Artie's Restaurant, Craig's Auto Body Shop, and the other corner is flanked with storage of these big semi-trailers, and then Murphy Auto Body. And we've owned this piece of land for 3 years on the cul-de-sac. And there is residential up on a hill, but it's buffered by trees. And we have had no complaints from the neighbors as far as constructing a larger mini storage building there. And it would be the same style as our Highway 16 property, which would be like the masonry type wall like you see here in New Chambers, and steel, and it's totally landscaped, and it has full security cameras, and it would be a 24-unit structure just to house boats and RVs. And after selling real estate in the Cross area for 30+ years, many of our lots are what we call substandard size lots that only maybe allow for a 1 to 2 to 2.5 car garage. Unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, most of us have 2+ cars, boats, campers, and miscellaneous stuff. And throughout the year, we see all these items sitting in yards with tarps over them, which I don't find very attractive. And we have no covenants and restrictions that really kind of govern this type of situation. Therefore, the mini storage buildings have been handy. Now, mini storage has come a long way since the first little tin shacks that were put up. And this facility there on 410 Wood Street, after we get done building it, it's a little over $300,000, and that doesn't even include the security system and signs on top of it, plus the cost of the land. So I guess the tax base would be $400,000 and some. That's basically our thought on that. And I realize the city's not in favor of taking, right now it's zone commercial, but like I said, because of what it borders, I don't know what else I would really put on this site that would function there. You know, if there's nothing else I don't know if the business would really want to be located in this particular piece of land. And I thought the tax base would be something that the city of La Crosse would welcome. And secondly, the other property that we are asking for is zone light industrial, and that's the property at 620 Gillette Street. And my husband Jack, who you all know, put an offer to purchase it on this December of last year, and talked with Inspections, the old alumni site. And they basically, we were going to restore it and rehab it and have like a breakfast and lunch and like a Northside pub type situation. And they said that we needed to repair the roof, replace the roof. So we went ahead and we were going to go ahead and close on it. As you all know, we lost him the 22nd of December. But Jacqueline and I went ahead and closed on the property anyway, and we started to redo it. And the 3 people that objected to the storage, just this last week that we did, also objected to us restoring the alumni inn. And until it was not enough parking, the building was in too bad a shape, on and on and on. And like I said, if we hadn't had inspection involved beforehand, I could have seen it. But anyway, they condemned it and made us level the site. And so we came up with another idea after we spent $30,000 to level the building that we thought we were going to restore. So we thought maybe we could put a 7-unit property on that, again, for the RVs and the boats, for the same situation that I just repeated on Wood Street property. Again, we'll have the masonry bin with the security and signs, and that's it. Thank you.
Does Jacqueline Turkey Edwards wish to say anything?
The only thing I wish to speak about is that the buildings are going to be constructed by Brickell Brothers, like a local builder. They're not going to be constructed by like trucking them in from Madison, as all the tracky buildings that you see, the old metal type. So these are actually like made by like a local company. And then also for the one on Gillette Street, the smaller unit one, we thought that it would be convenient because it's close to the water for a lot of people, and a lot of people would store their books there because you see them all up and down Rose Street. As you come into town, there's always boats sitting off to the side with trucks over them behind some businesses and stuff. So we thought that would kind of take away, because you don't want that when you're driving to downtown across, obviously. And then also right across the street from our property on Gillette Street is Central States Warehousing, which also houses the gym. And then right on that property, there's also an auto body shop, a home improvement business on the corner. And then the other side of the property, we own the building. And then the back side of it is a chemical company, I believe, some kind of business. But the other side of it, we actually own that property, and that's rented out. So that's all I wish to speak about.
Councilmember Richmond, you have a question, which, or both, or one, or whoever wants to answer.
Probably for the property owner. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Gerke, have you talked to the neighbors? Are they in support of you putting the storage units on Gillette Street?
A letter was sent out, and then what happened is we did not receive anything about the Wood Street property, and then on the Gillette Street property, 3 people objected, one of which owns the automotive shop, which is right on Rose Street there. I think it's called TJ's. And then one was Mr. Sheehan, and then the other one was,
They couldn't read the writing.
I don't remember.
Well, have you talked to Mr. Sheehan?
He's the same one that didn't want the barbers.
Yeah. And I know that there's some residential homes to the south of that property line. And I know that they have called, Mr. Sheehan I had spoke with as well. He is opposed to that. There's a real traffic issue there on that corner. Trying to get any storage, boats, trailers, whatever, in and out of that alleyway is going to be very, very difficult. So I just feel that's why I will oppose that with the number of calls that I did receive.
Can I answer your question?
Sure.
That was the reason for the larger units, was to keep traffic to a minimum. If you're only renting to 6 to 7 people on that site, you would have 6 to 7 cars.
And we also set the building back. Mr. Brickell helped us with the design on that. So we set the building back in off the alley to allow, I think it's like a 8 or a 10-foot extra parking area. So it won't congest the alley like Mr. Sheehan's big box trucks are right now, which does kind of plug the alley up, okay? So we put a side service road that went parallel with our proposed building, so we wouldn't have traffic in the alley. And that's why there's only 7 units there, so we wouldn't have that situation.
I think the whole intent of the legislation, which I sponsored, was to try to get storage areas out of the city limits. In it, being it's so close to the Great River Road, it's not very attractive to have these storage units, and I have been opposed to them even on a county level. So thank you.
Is there any other questions for the speakers? I don't see any. Thank you for coming. I need a vote. Okay, I heard a motion to close the public hearing. Is there a second? Okay, all in favor say aye. Opposed, carried. We'll take these as a package unless there's a council member that wants me to break them apart. First council member wishing to talk is 17th District Council Member Richard Swans.
Thank you, Mr. Becker. I'm just wondering, the denial from the committee, the rationale for that sort of summed up with what Councilmember Richmond said. Is it the neighbor's concern? Is that essentially what the rationale was? Thank you.
Okay, I'll take 63 and 64 as a package unless